Hi, welcome to A Foreigner in the Philippines. We're going to our advice sections because we got comment is back. So this letter is been few weeks now. So we're gonna read it. Thank you so much for uh for allowing us to share your stories, and at the same time, if you have some concern to raise, if you have some problems that we want us and our viewers to help you, giving you enlightenment, you can send us through our email terence.flannery@gmail.com.
It's at the end of the video, but this is all because we have a loyal subscriber base, and we thank you for being with us and staying with us during that time when you couldn't comment.
So here's the letter. Dear Terence and Beth, I am a Filipina married to a foreigner. I saw a video of one of your visitor, and Beth explained about why he is being thrifty. I want to ask advice. I'm in the same positions just married for over a year, but his attitude is getting worse when it comes to money.
It's getting worse?
Yeah, getting worse. In other words, he's already thrifty, but as they've been married for over a year now.
Yes, darling, I speak English. Okay. I know what worse means.
He is paranoid that what if one of my family will be hospitalized, where are we gonna get money? When we're going to town, we eat in a cheap carinderia. Carinderia is a restaurant, right? And we ordered one dish for 20 pesos. And we share it and a service water. I was really ashamed.
That's thrifty.
I was really ashamed when one of the customer also told me that if I was really ashamed when one of the customers in that carinderia told me that if I am with Filipino, I got more than one dish. After that incident, we never eat again outside to avoid that kind of situations. When I asked him money, he asked me 10 questions. For what? For what? Who we gonna give? What's the purpose? Etc. Before he give me. To be honest, seems my love to him fading on his gun, right? Almost.
Is sadding?
Fading. In other words, for example, the color is yellow as time goes by when you wash it.
Yes, darling, I'm just trying to hear the word rather than have you explain it to me. It's turning into an English lesson.
What should I do? Thanks, TNB Rosario.
Oh boy,
thanks, Rosario.
That made me a little bit depressed just listening to that. I haven't seen that letter. Yes, I should explain to Westerners, to foreigners out there, that the word thrifty, when used by a Filipino, is not the same as when it's used by a Westerner. When it's used by a Westerner, it's a good thing, because being thrifty means that you're using your money carefully. But what does it mean when a Filipino uses it, honey?
Yeah, it's too much,
It's too much. Actually, it's too little, isn't it?
I think in the side, as I said, there are some instances that foreigner is very thrifty because they're worried what happened if there's some emergency and they live in a foreign country. But on your situations, your husband is too much, that suddenly it affects on your relationship, right? Because even if myself, if Terence, if I am on that situations, if I am on your situations, it really affects, because it seems that, when you get married to that person, supposedly you're going to taking care of her, right? And you give your love, your respect, and at the same time to provide financially. Not in abundant way, but at least you could able to eat. You could able to, if you want to go out, you could able to eat. You could able to buy what your daily needs. Not in a way that you've been getting insulted, right? Because I understand your way that when you eat in the restaurant, right? When you eat in the restaurant and then suddenly the people that notice it, right? You're a foreigner. You're with a foreigner and you only have one dish, right?
Yeah, you should explain to most foreigners out there that one dish is something that looks about that big. Okay, so one dish would be thrifty carried to the extreme. In in the West they call it being tight. And
Yeah.
it sounds like your husband is actually tight. There are various people who are stereotypically tight, which we won't go into because we get a storm of protests. But yeah, he has to learn to loosen up a little. And boy, I'll be interested to see what our subscribers think of this, because they will not hold back as much as we're trying to do now. But yeah, he needs to loosen up a little bit, because if it's affecting you, then that's not a good thing. Mind you, if he's actually making you love him less by this, it must be a lot more than you're telling us, okay?
Yeah.
So it can't be just that you went in a restaurant and he only ordered one dish. I mean,
I think there
the
are.
question would be, was one dish enough? And in that particular case, it may well have been.
I think the situation. I think the situation is more than what she tried to explain.
Well,
Maybe
more than
it's
one,
just
yeah,
it's
more
just
than
filing,
a case of one
right?
dish, yes.
It's just filing all, you know.
Yes.
But I think the best thing that you can do is you explain to your husband the what is in your heart, right? And tell to your husband it affects our situations. What's the purpose of your money in the bank, right? What's the purpose of your money in the bank when our relationship is already affected, right? It doesn't mean that
Yes.
you're going to be what do you call that, darling? Spend. But if that too much thrifty of your husband affects on the relationship, right? But we don't know the both side, you know.
Right, but if I might suggest, if you go into a restaurant, now, if it's the normal situation between an expat and his Filipina wife, usually the Filipina orders anyway. So what the heck? Order 2 dishes or order 3.
Yeah,
But
because
a word to the wise: make sure you eat them, because if you order 2 or 3 dishes and then you don't eat them, he's bound to say, "See what I mean?
I think
didn't eat them."
yeah, I think what happened is the next time you're going to eat in the restaurant,
What will happen?
yeah, what will
Future
happen in
tense.
the future, you're going to eat in the restaurant and you make sure that there's other Filipino out there, right? That ordered also and a lot, and bring to your husband and says, look, they don't have what you got in the bank, but they eat properly, happily, and they eat what they want, because what is important now is now rather than in the future that is not yet happening,
I
right?
have a shortcut. What you should do the quivering bottom lip. Honey, I'm hungry. I want something to eat, Titus.
But as I said, we understand. We don't know the whole story, and we try to understand. We try to understand that maybe the pension of your husband is just enough, right? Or
Enough
possible.
for one dish.
Yeah, no, maybe there are some, for example, medical. For example, his husband has medical maintenance, and if you're in the foreign countries and you're just you're just only depending on your pension, it's really make you paranoid, right? Because
Right,
what happened?
makes you worse.
Yeah,
Makes you
what happened?
thrifty.
Your pension being suddenly cut. Where you gonna run, right?
Mhm.
And of course, so that's their mind thing. And then for foreigner, they don't want borrowing is not existing in their mind, right? They don't want to go around on your neighbor and borrowed money.
No, they're not going to do that.
Yeah, or gonna tell to their friends that, look, I'm desperate of money. Can you lend me? Can I borrow? So that's why we try to understand that there are possible that's the reasons of your husband, right? Or maybe he got only a small amount of pension every month, for example 20,000, and you're paying rent, you're paying electricity. Remember those small bit of amount, those small bit of bills, when you're gonna add on that in a calculator, they're going big.
Honey, I don't think that can be the case, because if you married him, you must have known what his pension is. You must know. So I'm thinking that you, the Filipina, the wife, are seeing this from the knowledge of what his pension is, and you must have made some assessment, I hope, of what kind of lifestyle you can afford.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
if it is only that you go into a Candelaria, which is the working class, working the working men's, working people's way of eating, where you can eat for very little. I don't go in and eat in a Candelaria, but sometimes I go into Alturas, which is a
Yeah, it's delicious
cafeteria
there.
style place to eat, and I can eat for less than $2.
Yeah, which is
Okay, so
30 pesos each.
if you're going in and eating in a Candelaria, you must be eating for less than $1 each, which is pretty thrifty.
Yeah, but I think, you know, the best thing, based on just on my opinion, you're going to talk to your husband, right? You're gonna talk to your husband that, look, your thriftiness is over, above, beyond,
Yes.
right? So you try,
In
you
other
know,
words, you're too tight.
yeah, you're too tight, and it really affects it.
Yes.
I was being the love, you know, it likes you didn't care of me, right?
Yeah.
If you care me, then you're going to show me, rather than make me hungry, or make me more, what do you call that, craving for something.
Yeah, hungry. It's called hungry.
So you're going to talk to your
Don't
husband,
forget the
and
quivering bottom lip.
y-
You say, I'm hungry. Can we eat something?
but you know, I understand, and I understand on the side of the foreigner, right, and at the same time on the side of the Filipina. But the bottom line is communications, and try to open up to your husband the disadvantage and the advantage and the disadvantage, and how that affects to the relationship. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. So again, please like.
You're hungry.
Yeah. So again, please like, comment, and subscribe. And on your side, like, you as a you as a Filipina, you can do works online, you know, to help to your husband, and at least to lessen the burden, right?
I guess you could. You could also ask some pointed questions. You could say to him, honey, what does it
Wait,
mean
wait.
if
Yeah.
what does it mean if somebody calls you a tight ass?
Or you can
Just a thought.
you can do blogging about your life, you know, and then you could able, you know, you can ask your husband questions and put that in the blog, put that on YouTube, and you could able to monetize it, and then it solve your problem when it comes to financial.
Sure, it's dead easy.
It's not
Everybody
easy.
can do it.
Yeah, so again, please like, comment, and subscribe. Rosario, thank you so much. And again, it's just from our small mind with a small brain, but our subscribers, viewers out there, so we're gonna.
Excuse me, honey. You can admit to a small brain if you want to, but
She's having a big brain.
I'm not admitting to a small brain. I'll admit to not always being able to use it in a big way, but anyway, we wish you luck, and don't forget to look at the comments,
Yes,
because
we're back.
often they are much cleverer than us two,
Yeah.
with our big and small brain.
Yes, so again, please like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you so much. And again, to all who watch, enjoy the moment. You know, enjoy the moment. I know that it's better to be, what do you call that, darling?
I don't know,
Prepared
honey,
in the future, but
I'm
live
waiting.
live the moment, right? Live the moment.
Live in the moment.
Live in the moment. That's the word of the day. Have a good day, and God bless. Bye-bye.
Bye for now.